Hello, everyone, and welcome to my General Hospital Gossip. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video
Chase
a
about to
thumbs
ruin
up. His life on General Hospital? Chase has it all on General Hospital, but it looks like he is about to blow it all up. Can he stop it before it's too late? Chase is too close for comfort. Even Anna, Finola Hughes, noticed it. Chase, Josh Swickard, is becoming very protective of Willow, Caitlin McMullen. He has become her shoulder to cry on, and he likes it. Willow doesn't have many people in her corner, for good reason. She believed every lie that Drew, Cameron Matheson, told her. In doing so, she blew up her marriage, lost custody of her children, and had a breakdown. One of the only people who has stood by her is Chase, who is also her ex. While it is nice of him to be a friend to her, he may be causing harm in his own life. The detective is working on the "Who Shot Drew" case, but his judgment is off. Anna is beginning to suspect Willow, but Chase doesn't want to believe it. He is defending her at every turn and not being objective. If he's not careful, Anna will take him off the case. Chase could blow up his marriage. Chase and Willow were once very much in love, but she left him for Michael, Rory Gibson. The detective was heartbroken, but he eventually fell in love with Brooke Lynn, Amanda Seton, and married her. It seemed like a happily ever after for the pair, but some serious issues have arisen. They discovered that he is infertile, which was heartbreaking for them both. Right after that discovery, they found out that Giovanni Mazza, is BLQ's son from a teenage relationship with Dante, Dominic Zamprogna. This could put stress on any marriage, but the two seemed strong for each other. Now, Chase is ready to look into adoption so that they can become parents, but his wife is not ready. Brooke Lynn is preoccupied with Gio, and Chase is suddenly spending time with his ex. Old feelings may stir up. Willow is always looking for someone to protect her, and the detective is doing just that. None of this looks good for his marriage. BLQ and Chase are a fan favorite, and no one wants to see him with Willow. Do you think this marriage is doomed, and his career is in jeopardy? Let us know in the comments section. This is a fictional story based on the provided search results and common soap opera tropes. It is not based on real events or actual General Hospital spoilers. Today's shocking news: is Chase about to ruin his life on General Hospital? The air in Port Charles is thick with suspense, betrayal, and the kind of high-stakes drama that only General Hospital can deliver. While the town is reeling from the aftermath of the Drew Cain shooting, a mystery that has everyone, from Anna Devane to the ever-present mob boss Sonny Corinthos, on high alert, another shocking storyline is quietly building, one that could shatter the life of one of the show's most beloved characters. We're talking about Detective Harrison Chase. For months, Chase has been the steadfast anchor in a sea of chaos. He's been the devoted husband to Brooke Lynn Courtemain, the loyal partner to Dante Falconeri, and a seemingly incorruptible cop in a city where morality is often a gray area. But recent events, and whispers from the set, suggest that this perfect hero facade is about to crumble in spectacular fashion. The question on every fan's mind isn't if Chase will fall, but how far. And, more importantly, can he ever recover? The foundation of this impending disaster seems to be the one thing Chase has always craved: family. We've seen his journey from a man who thought his brother was his father, to a husband desperate to build a life and a family with the woman he loves. But that desire has been consistently thwarted. The revelation that Chase is infertile, while a deeply moving and realistic storyline, has left him feeling emasculated and adrift. His dreams of having a biological child with Brooke Lynn have been shattered, and the subsequent delay in their adoption plans has created a chasm between them. This emotional vulnerability is the perfect storm for General Hospital's most notorious schemers. And who is waiting in the wings to offer a sympathetic ear and a shoulder to cry on? None other than Willow Tate. The dynamic between Chase and Willow is a complicated tapestry of past and present. They were a couple once, a relationship that ended when Willow chose Michael Corinthos. Now, with Willow under suspicion for Drew's shooting, a crime that is now a central police investigation with Chase at the helm, their paths are intertwined in a way that is both dangerous and deeply personal. Chase has already shown a shocking willingness to believe Willow's flimsy stories and vouch for her, even in the face of compelling evidence. He's been seen consoling her and even confronting Michael on her behalf. This isn't just a friendly gesture, it's a dangerous emotional investment. Willow, a master manipulator in her own right, knows exactly which strings to pull. She's been feeding Chase a sob story about her guilt and her desire to reunite with her children, and he's buying it hook, line, and sinker. The tragic irony is that the man who has spent his career putting criminals behind bars is now being played by someone he's supposed to be investigating. But the plot thickens. The latest spoilers indicate that Willow and Drew are in cahoots, with a diabolical plan to frame Michael for the shooting. If this is true, Chase isn't just being emotionally manipulated, he's being used as a pawn in a far more sinister game. His blind loyalty to Willow could lead him to compromise the integrity of a high-profile case. Imagine the fallout: a detective, a beacon of justice in Port Charles, deliberately mishandling evidence or ignoring key leads because of his personal feelings for a suspect. The damage to his reputation would be irreparable. The consequences of Chase's actions would extend far beyond his professional life. His partnership with Dante Falconeri would be irrevocably broken. Dante, a character who values truth and justice above all else, would never forgive a betrayal of this magnitude. Their clash in the recent past over the parentage of Gio Palmieri was a minor skirmish compared to what is coming. The breakdown of their working relationship would not only leave the Port Charles Police Department in turmoil but would also create a ripple effect through their shared social circles, pitting family against family. And what about Brooke Lynn? She has been struggling with her own issues, from her closeness with Dante to the complications of their son Joe's parentage. Chase's frustrations with their family plans are understandable, but his growing proximity to Willow is a direct threat to their marriage. The red flags are everywhere: the halted adoption, the emotional distance, and now, the undeniable signs of a rekindled flame. A General Hospital insider was recently overheard saying, "The writers are setting up a classic soap opera love triangle. It's a slow burn, but the fire is definitely there." Chase and Brooke Lynn are a beloved couple, but nothing is sacred in Port Charles. Fans are already bracing for the emotional fallout. On a popular soap opera forum, one user wrote, "I'm so tired of Chase being turned into this puppy dog. He was a good cop, but they've neutered him. I hope this Willow storyline gives him back his edge, even if it means he does something terrible." Another commenter expressed their frustration. He spent 2 years whining about not being a cop, but now that he is, he's never on the job. His whole identity was being a detective, and now he's just BLQ's husband and Willow's shoulder. I miss the old drama is the concept of a good man being pushed to his breaking point. Chase has always strived to do the right thing, to be the hero. But the weight of personal loss, professional frustration, and emotional manipulation is proving to be too much. The pursuit of happiness, a family with Brooke Lynn, has been replaced by a desperate need for a new purpose, and Willow is preying on that need. She is making him feel like a hero again, a role that he feels has been stripped from him. As the Drew Kane investigation heats up, and as Chase and Dante compare notes on the case, the potential for a catastrophic mistake looms large. Chase's bias towards Willow could lead him to overlook a crucial piece of evidence, or worse, to actively sabotage the investigation to protect her. The return of Nathan West, and other shocking twists, will only add to the pressure. The Port Charles Police Department is a powder keg, and Chase might just be the one to light the fuse. In a world where mobsters and corporate raiders are a dime a dozen, the most shocking thing of all might be the downfall of a truly good man. Chase's journey from upstanding detective to potential criminal co-conspirator is a stunning transformation, and it's happening right before our eyes. The question remains, is this a temporary lapse in judgment, a tragic turn in his character's arc, or is this the beginning of the end for the Harrison Chase we thought we knew? As General Hospital prepares for its fall storylines, all signs point to a dramatic unraveling of Chase's life. The once unshakable detective is standing on the precipice, and a single misstep could send him spiraling into a pit of lies and ruin. For the fans who have followed his journey for years, it's a terrifying and thrilling prospect. Will Chase finally wake up and realize the grave error he's making, or will he sacrifice everything he holds dear for a woman who is using him for her own dark purposes? Only time, and a whole lot of drama. Hospital Tuesday, September 16th update. Drew's calling the shots, Emma and Joe's shocker, Lulu's warning. General Hospital, GH spoilers update for Tuesday, September 16th, reveals that Drew Kane, Cameron Matheson, will be calling the shots while Emma Scorpio Drake, Braden Bruner, and Giovanni Palmieri, Giovanni Mazza, get some disturbing news. Lulu Spencer, Alexa Havens-Bruning, will also deliver a warning, so let's talk about what's ahead in Port Charles. First, on Tuesday's GH episode, Jason Morgan, Steve Burton, will come through for Britt Westbourne, Kelly Thibault, once again. Britt is regretting her Port Charles comeback, but Jason will stop her from leaving town again or wallowing in misery for too long. Jason will find somewhere for Britt to crash and will surely help out with her financial woes. Although Britt may try to protest, Jason won't let her turn down his assistance when she really needs it. Over with Lulu, she'll warn Brooke Lynn Quartermaine, Amanda Setton, about Britt's return from the grave. It'll leave Lulu with a lot of uncertainty about what's ahead with Britt in the picture again, especially when it comes to obsessed Rocco Falconeri, Finn Carr. Next, Ava Jerome, Maura West, will promise Christina Corinthos Davis, Kate Monsey, that Elizabeth Baldwin, Rebecca Herbst, won't be a problem once she speaks with Willow Tate, Caitlin McMullen, and turns against Rick Lansing, Rick Hurst. Since Ava hinted about killing two birds with one stone, perhaps she'll leak the fact that Nina Reeves, Cynthia Watrose, is paying Rick, meaning he isn't representing Willow pro bono like he claimed. That could be why Willow will end up in a heated confrontation with Nina on Tuesday's GH episode. Nina will lose her temper with Willow, so she may fume over her daughter complaining when she's just trying to help her. Willow may argue that she's got everything under control when it comes to Drew, but Nina won't believe that for a second. It'll be Drew who's calling the shots as far as Nina's concerned, so she'll rip into Willow for signing up for more manipulation. As for Elizabeth, she won't be pleased if she indeed learns Rick was lying about working for Willow pro bono. However, Ava's plan may backfire if it makes Liz even more determined to track Rick down and confront him over his deception. Since Rick is actually being held captive, Ava will have to be careful along with Christina and Alexis Davis, Nancy Lee Grahn. Regardless, Molly will grow increasingly worried due to Rick vanishing with this bizarre, digital detox excuse. As Molly frets, she'll seek updates on Rick and whether Elizabeth has been in touch with him. Since Cody Bell, Josh Kelly, has also been on Molly's mind, it looks like she might talk to Elizabeth about him as well. Molly has been trying to fight her romantic feelings for Cody, but she's drawn to him despite his mistakes. Meanwhile, Cody will get some advice from Christina, who may urge him not to give up on Molly. Although Christina sabotaged Cody and Molly's potential romance during the Ava seduction scheme, this may be her attempt to make things right. Other General Hospital spoilers say Lucas Jones, Van Hansis, will spill to Ava, so this may be about Brad Cooper, Perry Shen, and Lucas fear that his ex will come back to PC now that Britt's back, too. As for Emma and Gio, they'll face a shocker on Tuesday's show. Some alarm bells will go off, so this may be due to a derailed shipment that Professor Henry, Hank, Dalton, Daniel Goddard episode of General Hospital, Tuesday, September 16th, delivered a trifecta of shocking developments that left Port Charles reeling and fans on the edge of their seats. From Drew Kane's stunning power plays to a heartbreaking twist for Emma and Gio, and a dire warning from Lulu, the drama was at an all-time high. Drew's calculated chaos, the man in charge. The central nervous system of today's episode was the aftermath of Drew Kane's shooting. Despite being in a hospital bed, Drew proved he is far from a victim. He is, in fact, the one pulling the strings. His enemies thought they had him cornered, but Drew is using the situation to his advantage with a calculated, ruthless efficiency that has taken everyone by surprise. The most shocking revelation came from his manipulation of attorney Martin Gray. Drew is not interested in finding his shooter for justice. He is more concerned with framing his stepson, Michael Corinthos, for the crime. He attempted to manipulate Martin into hiding incriminating evidence that would clear Michael, but Drew may be too late. The piece of evidence in question, which could completely change the investigation, was already taken by Kai. This development is a double-edged sword for Drew. On one hand, his plan to frame Michael is potentially ruined. On the other, the lost evidence could be a wild card in the hands of the police, or worse, his enemies. The sheer audacity of Drew's plan has sent shockwaves through the Corinthos and Quartermaine families, who are now scrambling to protect Michael. Sonny and Carly are working feverishly with Brick to get ahead of the legal fallout, but with Drew calling the shots from his hospital bed, they are in a truly perilous position. The hospital is now a war zone, with Drew at its center. He may be shot, but his mind is sharper and more conniving than ever. He is not the man anyone thought he was, and his willingness to sacrifice anyone, even his own family, to protect himself is a chilling reminder of his new, dangerous persona. Emma and Joe's heartbreak, a crushing twist. In a storyline that has been building with sweet, innocent momentum, Emma Drake and Gio Palmieri's budding romance hit a devastating roadblock. Fans have been rooting for Gemma for months, enjoying their slow-burn relationship as they bonded over their shared goal of taking down Professor Dalton. Their connection deepened as they searched for Emma's missing dog, Outback. Just when it seemed they might share their first kiss, their emotional journey took a tragic turn. Emma and Gio received distressing news. A lead in the search for Outback yielded only the dog's collar. The implication is heartbreaking. Outback is gone. This gut-wrenching revelation was a crushing blow to Emma, and by extension, Gio. The moment was poignant and raw, highlighting their strong emotional bond. Gio instinctively moved to comfort Emma, wrapping his arm around her as she processed the devastating news. The almost kiss was put on hold, replaced by a shared moment of grief and mutual support. This twist adds a layer of maturity and depth to their storyline. Their love story, once about a shared mission, is now about weathering a storm together. The question now is whether this shared trauma will bring them closer or push them apart. Joe's role as Emma's emotional rock is solidifying, but the pain of this loss is palpable. The news is particularly distressing because it comes at a time when the young duo was so close to a major breakthrough in their investigation. Dalton's promised secret now feels a million miles away, overshadowed by the loss of a beloved pet and the pain it has caused. For Emma and Gio, the world just got a little bit darker, and they are left to navigate the murky waters of loss together. Lulu's dire warning, a family fractured. Lulu Falconeri is in an impossible position, and today's episode highlighted the painful reality of her situation. With Britt Westbourne's shocking return from the dead, Lulu and Dante are grappling with how to explain the situation to their son, Rocco. The family unit is already fragile, and the revelation that Britt, Rocco's biological mother through surrogacy, is alive and well threatens to shatter it completely. Lulu's warning to Nina was chillingly clear. The ripple effects of Britt's faked death are far-reaching and deeply personal. While Nina is overjoyed to have her friend back, Lulu sees only the potential for pain and confusion for Rocco. She is rightly concerned about the emotional toll this will take on her son, who has a nascent interest in his origins. The last thing Rocco needs is another upheaval, and Britt's sudden reappearance is the biggest one yet. Lulu's frustration is not just with Britt, but with the entire situation. She feels powerless to protect her family from the fallout of secrets that were not her own. She has a pivotal decision to make regarding Charlotte, who will confide in her about missing her father, Valentine, who is currently in prison. The combined stress of Britt's return and Charlotte's longing for her father has put Lulu at a breaking point. Her warning serves as a harbinger of the emotional chaos to come, as she tries to hold her family together in the face of so much turmoil. The bonds of family are being tested, and Lulu's resolve will be the one thing holding everything together. The broader shockwaves. Beyond these three core storylines, today's episode laid the groundwork for even more explosive drama. The ongoing hunt for Drew's shooter has created a web of suspicion where everyone is a suspect. Willow Tate is still under scrutiny, with access to Drew's house and a motive fueled by their history. Nina Reeves, notorious for her dislike of Drew and Willow, is also on the list. Michael's alibi, created by Jacinda, is looking shaky, and the fact that his car was seen near Drew's home is a massive red flag. Meanwhile, the dynamic between Liesl and Britt is a powder keg waiting to explode. Liesl is reeling from the betrayal of her daughter faking her own death and allowing her to grieve for years. The physical confrontation between the two was a powerful, raw moment that will have lasting repercussions for their relationship. With Jason now making Britt an offer to stay at the Quartermaine house, things are about to get even more complicated for everyone under that roof, especially Brooklyn and Lulu. As the week progresses, we can expect the tension to escalate. The mystery of the shooter will continue to unfold, Drew's manipulation will become even more sinister, and the emotional fallout for Emma, Geo, and Lulu's family will be a defining force in the days to come. Today's episode was not just a collection of shocking events. It was a testament to the powerful, interconnected storytelling that makes General Hospital a must-watch, high-engagement soap opera. The canvas has been shaken to its core, and Port Charles will never be the same.